Hi, I'm Kate Krieger-Watkins here with The Scoop for Mason County Press, and I'm here at Ludington High School, and we're promoting the Ludington Area School District Giving Tree. 'Tis the season to give back to families. Hi, I'm Kate Krieger-Watkins here with The Scoop for Mason County Press, brought to you by Betten, Baker, Ford, and Safe Harbor Credit Union. And today I'm at the Ludington High School with Counselor Laura Powers and Amanda Kuczynski. You're representing the Family Link program.
Yeah.
And we are here to talk about the Ludington Area School District Giving Tree.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for joining me.
Yes, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you guys seem so nervous. Don't be nervous.
Relax a little bit.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about how long this program has been going on, what it entails, and how people can get involved.
Well, if I could just say, we have at Ludington area schools have a long tradition of giving at the holiday season to our students and area families.
Sure.
So, I mean, we've been doing that for a very long time. So really the genesis of this was really more about trying to create a more unified approach. And when we had, with the onset of the Ludington Family Link in our community, it just made so much sense to coordinate how we were helping.
Right.
So that's really what this is about, is the how.
I think just getting the resource center has really helped out with not only this program, but with so many programs, because before people would be like, they'd link up with one and they'd be like, well, what about us? You forgot about this one or this one. So this has really become kind of a nice hub, really. So now why don't you kind of give us the background of what you do there and what this Family Link actually is.
Absolutely. Family Link was started probably about 4.5 years ago. And it's a team of 3 within the schools. It actually covers the entire county, but Ludington has their own team, which is fantastic. So we have a community schools coordinator, and they usually meet with the parents and provide resources and connections to resources and coordinate for our clients. And then we also have a site team clinician who does mental health within the schools for students, so they don't have to leave school to actually go see a counselor or anything like that, which is fantastic. And then we also have a DHHS person that we also work with, so to help out for a little bit of ease of access to DHHS, which is Department of Health and Human Services.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's great. I mean, 'cause when I was in school, they didn't, you had to kind of hunt for these things. So I don't want to say it's because it's just nicer. I think there's more of a need now also, or just it has been shown more than it was back then, but it is nice that they can bring it into the schools to help out these kids. And I would imagine with this Giving Tree program, it helps kind of identify some of the families and some of the kids who are definitely in more of a need for things. So let's talk about the Giving Tree program.
Right.
What do you have to do? I mean, I know there's the Angel Tree program and the Giving Tree. Is it just there's trees set up in the different schools, and what do you do? Tell everybody what you do.
Absolutely.
I know because there's ones in Lakefield. So I walk
there
in
we
and
go.
I'm like, there they are. So
It's not. First of all, it's not a literal tree. Although
at Lakefield it is.
Although at the elementary level, it definitely is, and that's really where the idea of the name came from. Was really sort of modeled after what they've done for years, which is their Giving Tree, right?
Yep.
But here at the secondary level, it doesn't look like that exactly. But we have definitely the same sort of process. We have students and families with chronic ongoing needs, right? And we identify them throughout the year. So the cool thing about the link is, just like you said, whereas people used to have to sort of piecemeal together, the patchwork together to help, this is really similar. Now we have this stream that anybody can get into to get the help that they need. And so they can get identified in any number of ways. It could be through a counselor, through a teacher. They can self-identify. They can contact Amanda directly or anyone in our system. And then they get sort of pooled into this is how many families or how many people are self-identifying. Plus, we go through and identify for them, because oftentimes some of our neediest people don't even raise their hand.
Right. Yeah. I think that's a huge issue and a big misconception too, that it's like, you know,
it is.
There are all these people who are taking advantage, and I think it's more of the people who are, I don't know if it's embarrassment or just proud or, you know, that don't come forward. Absolutely. And those are the ones that need it the most, you know, that aren't on any other list of, you know, help for the holiday season or throughout the year. So this does definitely help with those families, because I think there's a huge need for, you know, helping those. And especially around Christmas, I mean, you don't want to think about a family not going with food or something under the tree for the kids and stuff, and just extra help. Absolutely. Because it gets overwhelming.
Yeah.
So with the Giving Tree program, is it just fiscal, or can you give items as well?
It's actually just fiscal donations.
Okay.
What we do is each school identifies a certain number of families and students, and from there the families are allowed to select a shopping date. We have 4 shopping events that we hold, 2 at Meijer and 2 at Walmart, so we try to spread it out a little bit, and different times and different days, so we can try and cover the majority of families that we have, and you know, best represent what they need. So they're able to come shop during those times. They can pick out their own gifts, and then they'll check out with a Ludington area school staff member or a Family Link member, and be able to take those presents home with them. They're also able to wrap them right there.
We help wrap them.
Yep.
Cool.
So they
Brush
leave
up
with
on our
wrapped
wrapping
presents.
skills.
Right.
So there's so much dignity in this, and I read your quote, which by the way was fantastic.
Thank you.
But it really summed up a lot of what I love the most about this. You know, you had mentioned, can people donate items? Well, that kind of is the older model of the way things have always worked, and even in food banks, for example. Right. But then you always know that, like, okay, sometimes you get donations of things that are
shouldn't have been donated.
Yeah, like the dusty can of cranberry sauce, and you're like, okay, I know what kids really want, and it isn't this exactly.
Nobody wants that.
I like cranberry sauce, but not everyone does. So the idea of this is that each family is allocated amount,
right,
and they can take that, and sometimes they've turned it into an event with their own children, which is so cool.
That is cool.
You know, just to see people freely walking around shopping together and not having the burden of, ooh, do I do this or this or pay my bill, like in the back of their mind, which I think, like, we're not fooling ourselves. We know this isn't like a ton of money, but it's
sometimes
a help. It's just that kernel that you just really need.
Absolutely.
And it also gives a spark of hope and joy, which is like, and that's just it's so amazing.
It's one of our favorites.
And I think too, like, you see it kind of come full circle, because you hear kids now say, like, my family was one of those families back when I was in elementary school, and now they're coming, they might work in the community or in high school or college level and say, you know, that really helped me out. So now I have the means to be able to give $10, $20, you know, back to this program. And it really, it does build that community full circle, you know, help. So let's say you're at one of the schools. Does the money that gets donated at each school stay with those families at those schools, or does it just get pooled into one?
It gets pooled into a district account.
Okay.
Yep. So each you can donate to any of the school front offices. You can always leave a check there. You can donate cash. You can even donate a gift card to Walmart or Meijer if you'd like to do it that way. And then it will then get sent on to that district account. So we use that pool of money then to pay for the shopping events.
Okay. And who do they make checks out to?
Ludington area schools.
Okay.
With Giving Tree in the memo line.
Okay. And what is the deadline that you guys are taking donations until?
We don't
We
have
will
one.
take donations whenever.
Okay.
So it's important to note that, like, we've already committed to to helping so many families, right?
Yep.
So there's so many from LHS and so many, and we have this small amount of seed money, which is really minuscule. I mean, it's nowhere near what we need.
Yeah.
So we're doing a lot of this based on faith, to be perfectly honest, based on the idea that, like, well, we're building it. We really hope people come, and we really hope that this works out.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you just have to take that leap. And we didn't, and the timeline that it is. So when we say there's never a bad time to give, we're not kidding, because it will always be used
to roll into something,
right? We'll just roll over for the next year.
Or something that falls in February, or something that you need in the end of the school year.
No, it really will only be allocated to this specific
only goes
program.
to this. Okay.
If you say the giving tree, that's it.
Okay.
That's what we're using it for.
And you need to know that, like, there's a receipt that goes like this long, and you can see physically what everybody buys, and it's so powerful. It gives you a vision.
It does, and stuff isn't cheap anymore.
No, it's not.
I mean, the stuff that my kid wants, she's 5. I mean, it's not cheap.
Right.
I know.
So this does benefit so many people, and it's so important that you make a donation to this, because there are so many families out there who need that extra help. And I know also this coming weekend there's a breakfast with benefits at Barley and Rye from 9 to noon.
Yeah.
That's also going to give a portion to that.
We would love to see you guys there.
Yeah. It's such a wonderful thing, but it's also, I mean, if we could just bring it down to a practical level. I mean, I've seen teenage kids buying socks, socks that they really need, and giving themselves that gift for Christmas, you know, and so it helps in so many ways.
It really
right.
does.
It isn't that they're not going out and buying these.
Like an Xbox or anything.
Well, there's not even money for that. But
but I mean, I think people really have this misconception of like, oh, well, people are donating this money and those kids are going out and getting to pick these. It's not like that. It's
it isn't.
Essentials, and these people know that, and they actually are buying stuff that they know that they can benefit from having, And,
and it's dignified. I think there's so much that we've got to still learn about how to truly help people in need. Not just feel like you're helping, but to truly help them with maintaining another person's dignity, right? And not judging what they love. And we can all be there. We're all just a few paychecks away from it. So
or any kind of medical mishap or anything. I mean, really,
hands down, there's no question that this is not an us-them deal at all. This is
everybody.
Really us.
It's an everybody.
This is
and the fact that it is fiscal, that you can just give the family this and they go. It's doesn't.
Easy.
And it doesn't like tag them as like, look,
no.
Before it was very much like that, and I'm so glad that those barriers have been dropped. So this is really a cool thing. And donate. I mean, it's a check to Ludington Area School District, memo line, the Giving Tree. Bring in cash, a gift card.
We'll take it.
They'll take it. I mean, and I'm guessing the kids and the families will do the shopping in the middle of December sometime. Obviously, probably before school gets out.
We have a few shopping days.
So
events,
if you want it to go towards this year, get it in before probably the second week.
December 12th would be a great date to get it in by.
Yeah.
See, that's what I was looking for.
There we go.
All
right.
Just like,
we
only take money. We are only accepting money then, and no more. No, they always need money. All the schools, all the schools need money. So again, I want to thank you guys for joining me.
Thank you so much for doing this.
It's awesome.
We appreciate it.
The Breakfast with Benefits is this Saturday. It runs from 9 to noon at Barley and Rye. A portion will go back to you guys again. Any school will take your money. So check out any of the school districts. I'm sure Scottville and Custer are doing similar things too. So if you're watching this and you have children or you've gone to one of those districts too, call them. All you have to do is call.
Absolutely.
And say, hey, what can I do for this holiday season to help out some people that are in need? So again, thanks guys. I really appreciate it. And for any other news, check out MasonCountyPress.com. And our weather is always brought to you by Smith & Eddy Insurance. Again, give back this holiday season, whatever you choose. Just do something positive.